Welcome to the Best in the Desert 2020 Bluewater Desert Challenge in Parker, Arizona. We thank you for coming and hope you have an enjoyable time. A few thank yous to start off. First, we want to thank the Colorado River Indian tribe, which you'll see around town, called the Crit. Without them, they're instrumental in this. All the race is on their land, and we thank them for everything. The Tribal Council for getting behind us, approving the race. TJ LaFoon, who is our liaison with the council. Without his help and his staff's help, it couldn't happen as well. All the other Crit managers throughout, the gravel pit, the dumpsters, all the different things, and we appreciate all their help. A few other thank yous. The mayor of the town of Parker, Dan Beaver, we appreciate all that he does for us time and time again. Melissa Newton, the director of the Chamber of Commerce. Ron Drake, administrator for La Paz County, Arizona. Lori Wiedemeyer, the Parker town manager. Without all these people, the race wouldn't happen, and all the other events that Best in the Desert does down here wouldn't happen as well. And as always, I got to thank my team, Team Best in the Desert. They're amazing people, tirelessly working over and over again at every event, making these things happen. My staff that's out here with me all week is just unbelievable. A few things we're going to go over. We'll start with day one. Day one is Thursday, that's tomorrow. Time trials at the Parker Python. Remember, please wear a mask. When we're on the Indian lands, it's mandatory. And as we all know and we're used to now, it's mandatory pretty much in every store when you're in town. So please wear your mask at all times. Please keep your social distancing. We're all used to it now, so let's just continue that. Without these, doing these small little things, racing may stop. So let's continue to have the racing. Registration for this race will be at the Parker Town Senior Center, which you can find on your maps. It's on Arizona, just where the expo tomorrow will turn between Kofa and Arizona. You can go in there. Please don't park in their parking lot. They're asking that that we park off-site on the roads and walk over and go to registration. The seniors will be there. So again, please make sure you're around the older folks. Please wear your mask. Tomorrow, staging will be at 11 a.m. Right here where we're standing in the middle of the Python. It's near where the Best in the Desert Mesa is set up. To get to the staging, you will proceed down the road that runs along the airport fence, between the airport fence and where you'll be parking for the pits. Continue towards the north. Go all the way down. We'll have BITD volunteers at the end that'll turn you. You'll proceed back down along a power line road that's parallel to the fence at the airport. And when you get down to where the start will be, there'll be other Best in Desert officials there that will direct you to where to go to start. At 11:30, we'll have an escort lap. That'll be led by myself. We'll go around the course, and you can see it real quick. When you come back off the end of the escort lap, you will proceed in the same direction down along the fence over to the staging line and come back to the start line where we'll get ready to go. Sharp at 12 o'clock, we'll try to get the first vehicle off and get you guys going. It'll be one vehicle every minute to run the course. It's approximately 5 miles. There'll be one lap only. Obviously, if there's an issue and you're held up, we will go from there and see what we can do. Next thing, the unofficial results will be posted about an hour after the race, right here at the Best in Desert Mesa, and then we will have the official results posted later in the day that'll tell you how your starting positions will be for the Saturday race. Friday, day 2, registration, tech inspection in the expo, and the youth races. Again, please wear your mask to all events. When you're down in the expo, keep your social distancing, stay apart, try to keep it to 6 people in your vehicles. The expo registration and tech will start at 8 o'clock. Please be there, follow the event schedule. All the timing are listed. You can go to the Best in the Desert website and get what the times are on the event schedule, and we'll make that go. Everybody has a different time slot for when their classes are supposed to be there, so make sure you check that and you're there. At the end of the day, we will have a general one for folks that can't be there. There's always a few of you that can't make it there for time for work and that. So if you can't make it there, please let us know so that we can make accommodations for you. Again, don't park in the senior center. park on the streets. They don't want you over there in their parking lot. There'll be people going, and that's when you go to registration. The tech in the expo, you will enter on Kofa Street at 15th Street. That is south, towards the south end of town. There's two roads, 15th and 16th Street, that you'll be able to park your vehicles and pull in. Please keep your vehicles on the trailer, as we've asked. As we've mentioned before, they want us to try to have all vehicles go through through the tech and the expo on the trailers. If you do have an enclosed trailer that you aren't able to take your vehicle out of, pull onto 15th and 16th. There's plenty of room along there to offload your vehicles. However, you cannot park there. After you get offloaded and your driver starts through the tech and expo line, pull the race rig over to the Chamber of Commerce building, which is directly across the street from the end of the expo, which is on Arizona at California. Directly across, we'll have people there that'll direct you over to there, to the parking lot for the Chamber of Commerce. You can reload your vehicle there. Please don't drive around town. We don't need you to get tickets. The police have advised us that they will ticket you if you're driving around town in race vehicles. So let's don't have any trouble that way. Staging and starting will be posted at the registration. You can find all that information there for the races. One thing I want to clarify, something that came up at the last race and it comes up over and over again, is Grand Prix finishes. Grand Prix finish rule clarification. Number one, officially entered racers are awarded start points based on leaving from the official Best in the Desert start line. Two, officially entered racers are awarded race points based on the distance traveled on the Best in the Desert race course, and the completed number of laps, and non-completed laps are included in race points. So if you start out on the third loop and you only make it halfway, you'll be scored based on how far you got, is what that means. Notes on that: checkpoints will be established and determined by Best in the Desert officials, as always. These checkpoints will include the finish line of each lap and may include random locations along the race course. Vehicle numbers will be taken at these designated random locations to determine the distance traveled on the course. And D, racers not crossing the designated BITD finish line will have to complete a total number of laps designated by BITD at the official riders meeting. I will note those here in just a moment of how many laps per each race. And then the final thing, number 3, is officially entered racers who complete the minimum number of laps and cross the BITD finish line under the approved methods, as noted in the official BITD rulebook, will be awarded finish points. There's start points, race points, and finish points. That's why we have the differences. If it's a 2-day race and you don't complete one of the races, you still get race points, you still get start points, but you only get finish points for the one you finished. So that's just a clarification there. You might want to go back and listen to that little part again, just make sure if you have any questions. You can always check with us and we'll clarify that. Okay, on to the actual racing. Day 3 and 4, basically the same schedule layout. Again, please remember to wear your mask. I know we're out here in the desert, but the Indians have asked us, we're on their land, they've asked us to wear it, so wear your mask and keep your social distancing. When you're in the race, remember, at the finish, you have to go over the Best in the Desert Mesa and talk to George. If you don't want to talk to him, obviously you can nod your head and continue on, but that's how the race course will go. Please go on there and give the courtesy to all the people out there and all your sponsors and your friends and your family that are out there watching you. There will be a Best in the Desert box van with a canopy and a TV that will be located just adjacent to where the Best in the Desert Mesa is at. We will have the unofficial results posted on there. They'll be scrolling through as the race completes, and as they become official, we'll have them posted as well. But that's a thing that we just started. Hopefully it'll help a little bit to so you can see where your people are at. A few things I want to go over. Standard Best in the Desert markings that'll be on the course, standard for all races. We use pink ribbon. Tomorrow at registration, or tomorrow and Friday at registration, we'll have our normal little display with all the markings on it. You can look at it if you have any questions. If you're new, please ask. Pink ribbon, as I said, designates where the course is going as you're going along. It'll be tied on bushes. Generally, you can see it from bush to bush. Sometimes if you go a little ways, then you'll see one. Just keep following the pink ribbons. Mile markers. Every mile, obviously, we have a marker with a pink arrow on it. For big turns, high-speed turns, we use a green ahead with a green arrow below it. There's a green, says turn ahead, and then it's got an arrow that has the turn direction that's coming up. We generally have 2 to 3 of those prior to a high-speed turn. At the turn is a pink arrow with a green delineation that has the actual direction that the corner is going, and that is on the turn. So you get smart, you slow down as you see it, as you see that coming up, and then when you see the pink, that's where you turn. Danger ahead signs, all the major dangers have multiple danger ahead signs as they're coming up, generally 2 to 3 depending upon the severity of the danger. And then we have the danger marks on the danger. So as you're coming up, what's the case in point? The bunny jumps. Everybody's seen the videos, or most of you have seen the videos of the bunny jump and the crashing. The danger is right on top of the jump. The danger aheads are before to warn you that there's a impending danger coming up. So use your head. When you see those, the severity of them is based on how many dangers are on there. Next thing is wrong ways. If you see a wrong way, you're going the wrong direction, obviously. Please don't just turn around, don't just back up. Make sure it's clear behind you. If you get to one of those spots, you'll see them coming up. The turns are very clear on this race. Large metal arrows. They're like 3 foot by 2 foot. Large arrows pointing in directions. We have a few of those around to help you see your way. There's also going to be possible orange cones and orange candlestick cones out there, traffic cones. When you see those, just go with it. Those are telling you which way to go. Please do not hit the cones. You shouldn't have to, but you should be good to go there. Remember, we've got 20 plus volunteer positions out there. All those people are volunteers. They're there, they're cheering you on. They can all give you assistance, water if you need. They can call. They all have radios. They can let your pit crew know through the radio frequencies. Be nice to them. If you got a horn, honk at them as you go by. They're out there, they're giving their time, and they really enjoy doing this. So, try not to roost them too bad. Also, dangers on the course. I want to go over the dangers. We posted the dangers. There's one added, and there's one that we took off. So I want to go over those. They are showing up in the GPS as well. At mile 3.1, there's a sharp drop at the top of a hill. You'll go up. It's the first and only hill on the course that you'll go up, and it turns off. Just follow it over the top of the hill till you get to the pink arrows, as we mentioned, the pink arrows. Follow the pink arrows. If you turn sharp, you'll go off a little drop off, and you could have issues on that. So be careful on that one. Mile 3.2, there's 3 big rollers. At 4.3, just past those rollers is a couple of big rock piles. They're off the course, but just make sure if it's dusty, beware of those. At 5.1 is the infamous bunny jump, as we mentioned before, so use your common sense on that. We don't need any issues. One that we've added is at 7.2. There's another kicker that's come up. It wasn't marked before. Evidently there was some issues in years past, so let's just be smart on that. You'll be on the gas line road. After the bunny jumps, you'll make a hard right turn onto a gas line road, and it's a short distance down the gas line road. There's a big uprise. Mile 8.5, deep ravines. You're going from up on the plateau down into Osborne Wash. Just be smart, stay on the road. It's a spot that gets really dusty, so use your head. Don't drop into the wash and roll your vehicle over. At 10.7, there's a paved road crossing. This is a no-stop paved road crossing. Just proceed on across. There's people there. They will direct you if there's any issues. 13.3, there's an extreme danger to the right. The road turns off to the left into a wash. If you miss the turn, you could possibly drop off the little 4-foot edge. Just beware at that spot. If you follow the course, you will have no problems. At mile 15.1 is a high-speed uprise. It's jump. Most of you will just have no problem on it, but just make sure that you're aware of that. The next thing is 18.0. That's as you come into the Python, you'll turn into the hot pit. It's kind of tricky the way that the dirts are. The first section is going to be a little bit tricky when you come to it. The hot pit is actually the straight direction, which continues straight, and that will be a 25-mile-an-hour zone. But to proceed on the race course, you'll have to turn slightly to the left and get on the speed section. So we have people there. Obviously the hot pit will have a stop sign, so you'll see that, and just kind of bear to the left a little and stay on the race course if you're not pulling into the hot pit. The hot pit, I'll talk about the hot pit real quick. It's 25-mile-an-hour speed zone in the hot pit. You have to come to a mandatory stop as you get there, and then proceed down the pits at 25 miles an hour. We do have people at the end and at the start and throughout that will take numbers if you're speeding down through there, so please don't make them call me. There is a resume speed sign at the end of the pits. You'll bear to the left. Make sure that you're very careful when you're merging back into the oncoming or the race traffic that's coming up to your left. And race traffic, make sure you watch for the hot pit traffic. You'll see them, it'll be dust. So just use caution. A couple other comments. There's no stop checks on this race course. We have multiple people taking numbers, so there are checks out there, but there is no stop checks. There are no, as I mentioned just a minute ago, you do not stop at the paved road crossing, so no paved road crossing stops. And one final note on this, an hour after each race, we will try to post the unofficial results as they're available, and then we will try to post the official results as they're available, and hand out the trophies then. As far as race schedules go, the race schedules will be per the posted schedules that'll be at registration or on the Best in the Desert website. We will start the first race on time. Please be there on time and be in your staging spot. After that, if there's issues, obviously the races may get pushed. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of things that make up this schedule, so we're going to try to stay on schedule. We will attempt to get back on schedule if we can. We will not start a race early, however, unless everybody's there and everybody there agrees to it. But we can't start a race early. We can't have somebody sitting in the pits that's not there. So that's how that will be. The races will be as follows. Race 1 on Saturday and Sunday. Starting in staging will be 2 per row based on the draw. And it'll be 4 laps. It'll be a GP finish as we went over GP finish. 2 laps for a finish. That's race 1. Race 2, and look for what vehicles are in these based on the posted schedule. Race 2 is 2 per row based on the draw, 4 laps, GP finish, 2 laps per finish. Race 3 is the UTV race. It is staging 2 per row based on the draw. It's 3 laps. 1 lap for a finish with the GP finish. Race 4 and race 5 are both the same. They're 4 laps, GP finish, 2 laps for a finish. Couple final things, real simple. Please remember to wear your mask and use social distancing. Remember, this will allow us to continue racing at this event and other events. Everybody saw it at Vegas to Reno. You've seen it at multiple other races, and it's going to be a thing of the future, guys. We're going to have to deal with it and go with it and make it happen, or we won't have racing. So please do your best. If somebody asks you to put on a mask, don't question it, just do it. Don't get in an argument. We all have our personal beliefs, and keep them to yourself. The masks are required. The state governor in Arizona does require it, as most of the other states do. So please use that common sense. Please be safe, have fun, race hard. I want to see you all at the finish. I want to see smiles on your faces. Go on bitd.com and look at all the new stuff coming out for 21. We've got our schedule out. I'm sure you've all seen it. We're got a few more things that we're working on. Hopefully it'll come up. We'll let you know real soon. We're working on some rule changes and some other modifications and different little things to try to get everybody up to speed and make everybody happy. So look forward to seeing you all next year. Have a great race, and we'll see you at the starting line.